Viewers, welcome to GGP. There's a TV interview on Balochistan issue recorded by Al Jazeera. Please have a look at this clip from that interview.
Pakistan's industry, bulk of it, which is based in Punjab, natural gas, is taken from Balochistan and subsidized for private sector in Punjab. So it's trillions of rupees which is taken from Balochistan and invested there.
Now let's break down the propaganda in this TV interview step by step. The first point was about the gas of Balochistan being given to the private sector in Punjab. Pakistan's consumer gas sale prices are notified by OGRA, O-G-R-A, and the schedule is structured by consumer category. For example, there's a category called protected domestic, there's a category called non-protected domestic, there's a category called commercial, then industry, captive power, CNG, etc. It is not provincial, and it certainly is not Punjab versus Balochistan. Gas pricing in Pakistan is not provincial favor system. It's a regulated national tariff schedule set by OGRA by consumer category. So in the OGRA notified schedule effective last year, July 1st, 2025, the protected domestic slab starts very low while commercial and industrial categories are much higher. So there's no subsidy given to the private sector of Punjab. So if someone claims that Punjab private sector gets subsidized Baloch gas, the burden is on them to cite the specific OGRA tariff category because commercial and industrial categories are not low priced in the notified schedule. And if they fail to provide the evidence, then it clearly shows that they are aligned with the banned terrorist outfit and their narrative, and they are feeding into the narrative machinery of a terrorist outfit.
Yes, I agree with where the point which Sanaullah is making. I'll give you another example. China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which when signed in 2016 was meant to be a game changer. Balochistan had 7% share in it, out of which only $200 million were actually invested in Balochistan.
Thirdly, Balochistan, when you talk about the distribution of resources, Balochistan is structurally protected and supported through the NFC formula. It's the only province in Pakistan that is structurally protected like this in the NFC formula. There's a Balochistan protection clause, and this is literally written in the NFC implementation documents. Now, she said that Balochistan received only $200 million under CPEC and Balochistan's share is 7%. And I'm shocked at this statement because there is no official provincial percentage allocation in Pakistan-China economic corridor. CPEC is designed and executed on project basis, not on provincial quotas. And in Gwadar, one project alone, the new Gwadar International Airport, is officially reported to cost approximately $230 to $246 million. And this is on record. And this is just one project. So even on simple arithmetic, the claim that the entire CPEC investment in Balochistan is only around $200 million does not hold. There are multiple other CPEC related projects in Gwadar as well. Apart from this $236 million Gwadar airport, there's Gwadar East Bay Expressway, a big project. There's Gwadar port and free zone related infrastructure, another huge project. Gwadar seawater desalination plant, Pakistan-China Technical Vocational Institute, Gwadar hospital and basic civic infrastructure project. All these are formally listed as CPEC related projects. So Gwadar, a small little district in Balochistan, it alone represents a cluster of multi-project investment, not a single symbolic scheme. And I honestly have no idea from where this lady is pulling out all these manufactured propaganda, rhetorical facts.
There is the Baloch Jagjati Committee, BYC, which is asking for constitutional right of the Baloch to be tried in courts. I mean, their argument is, if we are involved in insurgency, if there are militancy, if there are terrorists from amongst us, try us in the courts. Don't make them disappear. Don't abduct them.
Okay.
So there is a parapolitical movement.
Now, when it comes to BYC, there's a difference between genuine human rights advocacy and the exploitation of human rights language as a shield for militant ecosystems. The security agencies have clearly stated with proofs and evidence that these networks, especially related to BYC, they try to use protest platforms and missing person narrative to obstruct identification of militants and legal procedures. The most important point here to understand is that militant organization, it's a globally agreed counter-terrorism fact that globally accredited terrorist organizations, they weaponize narrative space to delegitimize the state response and to gain recruitment and sympathy. This is exactly what this lady did in her interview. Courts, yes, are essential for constitutional rights and grievances, but terrorism and insurgency are not ordinary disputes. They involve coercion, intimidation, cross-border facilitation, propaganda, and operational secrecy. All the modern counterterrorism is therefore, it's a dual-track system: intelligence, policing, courts, and when required, kinetic operations. So basically in Balochistan, these terrorists outfits, they are exploiting the vulnerabilities of the judicial system. There is witness intimidation and fear. No witness was willingly going to go to court to give testimony against a terrorist outfit because of threat to them and to their families. Then there is classified intelligence that cannot be disclosed in open court. This is a cardinal contour of modern counterterrorism efforts. Then there are cross-border sanctuaries and non-extradition, online recruitment, funding, and propaganda that actually move faster than the judicial process. So this is generally globally accepted counterterrorism doctrine. So all the data that I have incorporated in the video is verifiable. There's open source intelligence, official documentation about all these projects, about all these, about all the figures and the stats that I've quoted in the video. Unfortunately, the lady who was giving this interview to Al Jazeera, I don't know if it was an honest mistake or she purposefully mirrored the narrative of a banned terrorist outfit on an international news channel. That is for you to decide. But whatever she said about Quetta, whatever she said about Balochistan is factually incorrect and unsupported by evidence. Pakistan, Zindabad.